All right, so this is gonna be like a new kind of video that I want to do. I want to just try something different, something that's hopefully gonna be a fun little series to do. But I want to go through the music of Elder Scrolls, which I think is probably one of the best parts of Elder Scrolls Online. Um, it's really well done. Just about every single track I really enjoy. I think that the various composers have all put in a lot of really good work, and it's really well done. It's one of the few things that time after time doesn't seem to see any kind of slowdown or decrease in quality like we do in some other things. That the music tends to be on point, chapter after chapter, expansion after expansion, DLC after DLC. Every little bit seems to be pretty great. So we're going to start off with the very first one that we all probably heard, which is For Blood, For Glory, For Honor. For those who don't know, this is Jeremy Soule who did this one. He is well known for Skyrim, obviously, being a really big one. He did work on Guild Wars 2, World of Warcraft, lots of other games, Neverwinter Nights, Final Fantasy VI. I think there was some like testing stuff that he did. But all these things. He's a very well-known composer, very good, puts out quality music, and I think that's really evident with this song itself. So we're going to kind of jump into it. I'm going to kind of stop and play and comment on things as it goes, but let's just kind of jump into it then. Now, and I'm stopping it there because I really like that string build up and build up and build up, and then you come into it and you've got that timpani roll that you hear, that brrr. So we'll kind of go back and hear that. But that's a really I love when they put in timpanis like that, right? Like it's that great little roll that kind of like, yeah, we've moved on from this, we're going on to the next part of the song. So we're gonna back it up and here it comes. And you can hear that timpani in the background, just that bum, 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 bum. Like it gives that extra kind of like depth to it all, and you kind of get that really big sound. I mean, if you haven't seen timpanis, they are big and they're a lot of fun to play. So having them in here really is a lot of fun, just for that depth that they bring. All right, and here you can hear like the horns are starting to come in, right, and separating out the notes. But if you kind of were to like kind of all switch them together, that's where you're going to see like the theme, which comes like right after. So you can hear that where they're kind of like prepping you up with the horns to hear what's coming, and that's kind of like a cool little like allusion to. I don't remember what the word is, but basically where you're seeing it coming before it's coming. All right, and again, you've got these. We had it earlier with the timpani, right? We've got these points of separation in the song, and again we're hitting it here, and it's just that big bum 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 bum, right? You've got this, each piece, it's just getting progressively more until we get to this point, which is like the main part of the theme. So then you keep building it up, but you have these nice points of separation where you can hear moving from one part to the next, right? So we'll go back a little bit and you can hear it again. Right, here it comes. Here comes the separation. And I talked about that build up, right? So like you can hear like they're layering more and more stuff on as we go on. So now we've got that choir voice really coming to the forefront, whereas in before previously in the song it wasn't the forefront of it. So we're really adding that in and making that the focus now. And again, there's that separation, like I talked about, and they do it really well throughout this entire song. But the nice thing about that is we just heard that one section, right? And we hear that section in future chapters and all of that. That's like that music that they almost kind of like remix, but maybe even put it underneath the what's going on to change it for the theme of whatever chapter, right? So we had Dark Heart of Skyrim, Legacy, and all of that. You kind of always hear that undertone of this portion under it, and it builds off of that and changes it to make it the theme a little different, but paying that homage and respecting this original theme. All right, and so we had talked about that build up, right? So we kind of had that transition down, right? We went all the way up at the main part of the theme. We start transitioning down. We hit that kind of like that again, that separation, and it's really quiet. Start to build up. We're going to build up, and we're going to layer more and more voices, right? Starting from the bottom, going up, and they're going to get progressively louder as they go up, right? And that's what's going to start bringing us back up. We're going to start bringing ourselves back up in the song. All right, and again, here, so we built it back up. You take a little bit of a dip down, and we're going to find that separation again. You're going to hear that where it starts to separate out the next part of the song. Right, we're bringing the timpani back now. Again, building up with those voices. Again, building it up. And here it comes. They just slam that. And again, right, so we're coming up towards the end, so they're going to re-bring in the main theme, and they're just going to hit you with it really hard and heavy, and that's really good. So we kind of have that build up, the main theme again, just bring it down, right? We brought it down, build up with the voices, pause, build it up again, right, into the main theme. A really good example of like building up the song, right? Because you can't have a song that's like high intensity the entire time for something like this, right? That's really great for like battle music or something, but for like an intro, you want that change in between loud and in your face with the theme, and then the quiet build-ups, right? It just gives it that depth that you want. Yeah, right? They're going to separate out the next piece. And there. Right, and that last piece is just the end of the song, like, right? So you get that timpani drum roll, which we bring it back to that, just kind of rides on that, right? Just that little bit of the strings going on. Timpani drum roll, and it just rides calmly. Really, really great song. I think everyone who's played the game knows it very well, but you don't see people kind of go through it and talk about it as much. I think that as far as intro songs go, obviously it's a classic and it's really enjoyable. It's not my favorite one. Eventually we'll get there, but we're going to go through the music. Kind of like in order of release, we might jump around a little bit because there are some songs that I like a little bit better, but I hope you enjoyed that. And I will see you for the next song, guys, gals, and my non-binary pals.